Number 11 of the Enlightenment Chronicles. Right now, right here, could you prove to me that you are not awake? Think about that. It just seems so ridiculous, the idea of, well, what do you, I know I'm not awake. Well, how do you know that? How do you know you're not awake? How do you actually know that? Is somebody, some damn fool told you that it's not true? That's the only person that can tell you that is somebody who doesn't know about these things. If you are not awake as an individual, there is no individual there. This is awakeness right here in all its fullness. Talking to myself over there in all my fullness. Same exact thing. We just wrote someone. We speak, awakeness listens. We listen, awakeness speaks. But that means it's the same thing. It's just the very same thing. What's speaking here is what's hearing this. You think you're hearing that through that body, and it feels like I'm saying this through this body, but it's just not true. I mean, I used to feel very much that way. Now I can see it's not so. I can see that this is the mouth puppet, and so it says what it's supposed to say, or it tries, and but it can't tell you the truth. But you can't tell me the truth either, or you can't deny the truth. You can try. You can tell me, oh, I know I'm not awake, but it's not true. You can lie to yourself. You can lie to me for that matter, but you don't mean any harm. To you, it feels like the truth, but it's not the truth. It's just not the truth. You are not who you think you are, and that's the reason you don't believe that you are awake. You believe that you are that little person over there, listening to this little person. What I want to tell you is that's the way it looks. We're talking about oneness. We're talking about oneness. We're not talking about sameness. So oneness shows up in all kinds of billions of ways, trillions of ways, I guess. It shows up as everything in the universe that is witnessed. you know, it's what shows up is what is noticed, and it can only be noticed if you're awake, and you can only be awake if you are awakeness itself, because you cannot be asleep. There's no such thing for you. You cannot be aware. You are awareness itself. You cannot be not awake, because you are awakeness itself. You're not the body. You're not the body. You're not the body. Can we hammer that to you anymore? How many times do you need to hear you're not the body before you decide that all of these teachers over here, we're not just lying to you and bullshitting at you? That's really, we've seen the truth. We know the truth. You are not the body. What if you weren't the body? What if you really were not the body? If you were not the body, could you find a complaint right now? If you didn't have a body, could you find a complaint? I don't think so. All complaints arise from the body, all of them. I don't have enough. I have too much. People don't think highly of me enough. People don't think of me kindly enough. People are bad. People are good. People do this. People do that. All of that. That's all the dream. You are not the dream. You are the reality. The dream only exists because of you. But the dream is not real. This is illusion. It can't be if not for you, but you are. It's not you are not this, you're not that. You are. You are all that is. You are all that is. There is no more. There is nothing hidden, nothing held. You are this, but notice what I'm doing when I have my hands like this. You think, oh, he's talking about everything in the room, or everything in the house, or everything in the world. No, I'm not. I'm putting my hands right through your body right now. You are this. by which I mean the space. You are this space. This space is alive and it's awake and it's you. And you're using these bodies to speak through, and you're using these bodies to experience through. And that's nice because you can experience yourself as other. When you're believing you're one of these bodies, you get to have a relative experience, good or bad or however, but you just love experiencing. So you show up as a human being that believes it is not awake. But there is no awake human being. Everybody is awake, but that's because there's only one of everybody. There's only oneness. Oneness, really, oneness is the reflection of what I shall call noneness. And what do we mean by noneness? Well, I don't actually know what we mean. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you what it contains, at least. And it is, and I don't know if that it contains it. I'm not sure it's not it. You are the potentiality for all things. You are nothing unto yourself. What are you? Nothing. How come I can't see myself? You're nothing. You are the space. You are the spaciousness. And you are awake. You always have been. You always will be. You can deny it. You can suffer if you want to. You can suffer as long as you want to. But when you're done suffering, when you've just had enough, and I just can't, Fred, I just can't suffer anymore, then it's time to talk. Okay? Then it's time for you to awaken. May mean that you want to talk to me, may not mean that. I don't know. I will know that it is your time to talk to me when you show up. Until then, it's not your time to talk to me. And but it doesn't mean it's not your time to wake up. You don't have to use me to wake up. You can wake up on your own. You can wake up through books, reading books. That's how I woke up. I didn't wake up with a teacher in the room. I woke up by myself in the room with reading a book. And I had just read a book, and I'd just been reading a book. And what the last thing that the author said just hung in my head like a big hammer gonna ready to come down. And all of a sudden it did come down, which means it just rang. And what did it say? It was something I can't remember right now. I've said it before because I can remember it sometimes, but I can't remember right now what the phrase was. But at any rate, it alerted me to, oh, he's talking about this, not this body, this attention. He's talking about this attention, not some other attention, not some enlightened, awakened attention over somewhere else, but this attention itself, all by itself. This is the magical thing, this attention. Oh, start paying attention to attention, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. I love you.